All right. So, hi, good afternoon, Hong. Welcome to our class, LMS BAP IELTS 4. All right. Again, for this afternoon, I'll be your teacher, Miss Cha of Alaska English. All right. So, before we start, can I ask, how are you today?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. So, I guess you just came from school.
No.
Oh, because I thought you are wearing uniform. Are you wearing uniform?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's why I thought you just came from school. All right. So as you see last time, we are discussing about some other words to use, or we do like grammar practice focusing on the topic sports. Okay. So for now, or for this afternoon, we are going to talk about some of the IELTS vocabulary. All right. When we say vocabulary, it means words, right? About sport. So if we want to talk about a sport like running, there are different ways we can talk about it, right? Can you read these examples for me?
Yes.
Please
He
read.
running now.
All right.
He like go running. He going for a run. He enjoy jogging. He runs quickly.
All right. Do you know what's the difference between running and jogging?
Yes.
Jogging is light pace running, meaning not so fast, right? So when it comes to sport, as what we talked about last time, right? There are three main verbs that we use to describe different sport. So what are those verbs? We have,
We have to go to play.
all right, now, so it says that there is no fixed rule. Remember, there is no fixed rule, meaning there are some situations that um, it changes, all right? Which ones we use for different sports. But here are some guidelines. So I have here some guidelines, okay? So when do we use go again? Mm,
We go often use the for invade this draw spots emphasizing that you
emphasizing,
go emphasizing that you go somewhere to practice it.
all right, such as, please read the example, go,
Go running, go jogging, go climbing, go cycling, go skating, go skiing, go swimming.
all right. This one right here, we have right there, that's not climbing, that is climbing, silent B,
Yes,
meaning we don't say the letter B in there. The monkey can climb. All right. Climbing, climbing.
yes.
All right. So how about this one? Go for a,
Go for a run, go for a jog, go for a climb, go for a cycle, go for skate, and go for swim.
all right. So cycle, what do we mean by cycle?
You ride a bicycle.
Yes. Yes, correct. So with this one, take note, go is used as an individual sport. All right. Meaning anything that you do alone. All right. Or without the help of other people. And you go somewhere to practice it or to improve yourself. So, like this, I usually go for a run in the morning. I have never been skating. All right. So, these are the example for go. How about with this? How about the second one? When do we use do?
We will you do usually use it for invite spots with our bowl.
All right. So with this, maybe you're going to wonder, teacher, what do you mean by without a ball? All right. So in here, remember what I told you last time. These are recreational activities, all right, and individual non-team, all right. So non-team sports, all right. For example, um, Gymnastics. Yeah, this one. It's like they are recreational activities, not mainly the specific sport that we are familiar with. Yoga, karate, judo, pilates, aerobics, tai chi. It's like these are martial arts, right? Weights, weightlifting, boxing, arm wrestling. Do extreme sports like water rafting, rock climbing, like this. She is doing yoga. She is practicing yoga or pilates. She likes to do yoga. All right. So in here, by the way, go, all right, as we know, go is always accompanied with the verb ing, right? Go swimming, go climbing sometimes. And then do is for individual sport or recreational activities. All right. So how about this one, Hong? When do we use play?
When you play, usually you look for sport with a ball or similar and have some
Element.
element and competition.
All right. So what do we mean by competition? Competition, what do we mean by that?
I don't know.
All right. So it's like when we say competition, meaning, all right, give me a second. How do we say that in other term? Okay. Competition. All right. Competition, it's like mm, contest. Yeah, that's the term. Competition or contest. It's like someone has to be a winner. The other one win, the other one loses. All right? Do you get it? A contest, a competition. It's like, for example, Miss Cha versus Hong. All right. Hong is the winner, Miss Cha is the loser. So there is a competition, there is a contest. Do you get it?
Yes.
All right. So in here it says that play usually used for sports with a ball, meaning anything that has a ball or equipment. All right. Such as
Such as play football,
mm,
cricket, golf,
cricket.
tennis, cricket, golf, tennis, baseball,
All right.
basketball.
Okay. So how about with this one? Like for example, so what do we use in some other sports and equipment? Like for example, I ask you this. What sport do we use baseball bat and ball? What sport is that? The, s-
Um,
the sport is, it's already there,
by pass,
baseball.
by ball.
All
Yes.
right. So it uses the thing, this one right here. It's like the brown long thing. All right. And then there's a ball. You call that baseball. So that one, the long thing, it's like the wooden thing, you call that a bat, baseball bat, and then the ball. All right? That is the equipment. You call them sports equipment, or meaning they are, all right, they are the things that we use to play that sport. Like for example, another example, Hong, let's say mm, what other sport? mm, yeah, like for this one, so swimsuit and goggles, the thing that you put on your eye.
Yes.
right? So swimsuit, of
Yes.
course, your swimming outfit. Can you guess what sport is this one?
Yes. Swimming.
Swimming, right? So how about you? Can you name a specific equipment and tell me what sport do we use it?
Um. What sports?
Sorry, the
Um, equipment of what sport?
you think you give me an example. Can you give an
Um.
mm,
Yes. In football, we need ball,
a ball, a football, right?
a a goal vest for the keeper, a ball keeper. Yes.
You mean this one?
Yes.
Ah, it's not gloves. We say gloves. Gloves. It's like the word love. I love you, love. You just add g
Yes.
in the beginning. Gloves. Hi, right? Two hands. One only, right? To catch the ball, correct?
Yes.
Oh, so it's glove. All right, only one. If it's two gloves, all right. Okay, so are we how about you? Can you say it again? What is the difference between go, play, and do? Can you explain it again before we move into the other parts? Hmm.
I forget.
Oh, you try to remember. We use go from for. Hmm. Oh, you try to remember verbs ending in ing. Example.
Swimming,
Mm,
cycling.
mm. How about play? We use play
We
for
use play with for teamwork game and ball game.
all right, for team sports or ball games. All right, such as
Football, basketball, volleyball.
see, very good. And the last one. How about the last one? Do.
Um, I don't know.
Please read.
Indoor sport focusing on
Recreational.
recreational activities like do yoga, go karate.
All right. Duke. All right. Sorry. All right. So with that one. All right. So are we clear with go, play, and do? Okay.
Yes,
All right. How about this one? All right. So it says in here, how can I learn vocabulary for IELTS speaking? So of course there are three essential things that you should do when learning vocabulary for IELTS speaking. So the first one is to practice collocations. All right, Hong, what do we mean by collocations? It means
it means words that commerce
commonly.
commonly go together.
All right. For example, she does yoga, not play yoga, right? Because yoga
Yes,
is a recreational sport. How about this? Practice chunks. What do we
practice
mean?
chance
What meaning?
soft phrases.
Short phrases. I like to do yoga. Chunks, meaning you try to practice in small words, short phrases. I like apple. I like to sleep. All right. You practice in chunks, the basic one, the simple one. And the third one is to practice.
To practice juggling,
Uh, all right. It's like,
saying the chant in different tense.
all right, different tenses. All right. So practice juggling. It's like, juggling, right? There, like the balls that you juggle. All right. Actually, it's
Yes,
a metaphor. It's a metaphor. Practice the chunk in different tenses. It's like, for example, I will say in different tenses, like for example, we have the word see, present. The past tense of see is so, right? So we practice the tenses. We play with the words like present, play, past tense, played. All right. So it is important that we know the tenses. All right. Like do, did, right? Go,
yes.
went. All right.
When
So it's important that we know the chunk or the different tenses. So in here, like take a look at this. Mm, I do yoga most days. So this one right here, do yoga. This is in what tense? Past, present, future. I do yoga most days.
I do yoga most day. Tomorrow I will do some yoga. This morning I just did some yoga.
All right. So tell me, what tense is the first one? I do yoga most days. What's that? Present
If present simple tense.
tense. Why? Why? Why do you think?
Because um, I do most day.
All right.
I do it very a lot of day.
All right. Or you could also say because this is a factual information. All right. I do yoga most days. You could say, teacher, what do you mean by factual information? It's like you are stating facts, right? It's like a daily routine, right? So how about this? Tomorrow I will do some yoga.
If
All right.
future because
Because
it has tomorrow.
tomorrow, and we have the word
Will.
yes. And the last one,
Like one is perfect, present perfect.
mm, explain.
Because it have just
Okay. Because we have just.
this.
Yes. All right. Present perfect. Very good. So this morning I just did some yoga. Correct. So actually the use of just when we talk about it in English, just is used for the past simple, all right? Or the one that you said, all right? The past perfect, because it indicates an action in the past, all right, but that is recently past. Huh? Miss Cha, what do you mean by recently past? Meaning, Hong, it is already done but not for a long time. Do you get it?
Yes,
Recently, all right, it's like not for a very it's just right now, right? uh that like this morning it's already done but not for a long time, not last year, not last month, not last week, just this morning, recently passed. Do you get it?
yes,
All right, so very good. Okay, thank you, AC. So you can check our chat box from time to time. All right. So our AC is very helpful in translating some words for us. All right. So again, so in here, the three essential things to remember. All right. Practice collocations, the words that commonly go together. All right. Practice chunks or the short phrases and practice juggling or the chunk in different tenses. All right. So, but I observe from you, it's just, I observe that you are good when it comes to grammar. I think what you need is more of practice in speaking. All right. But
Yeah.
anyway, so let's have this one. So of course, we also have some idiomatic expressions for sport. All right. So take a look at this one, Hong. To acquire quite a taste for snowboarding. It means,
I mean, begin to enjoy.
all right. So it's like to acquire a quite taste for swimming. It's like I'm beginning to enjoy swimming, all right? So to get the hang of it, meaning,
Uh, Finery to able to do.
all right, finally be able
Finally.
to do. All right. So I'm planning to get the hang of it. Like, for example, oh, are you referring to basketball? I'm planning to get the hang out of it. All right. So finally be able to do. It's like you really want to do it, but you have the courage to do it right now. All right. Finally be able to do. All right. How about this? To take up the challenge. Of course, it's
Uh,
very there's
to assess a challenge.
all right. To accept a challenge. How about this? To push myself to the limits.
Make a considerable
Effort.
effort.
Effort. All right. Like, for example, my friends are good in playing football. That's why I'm pushing myself to the limits. Meaning you're trying your best to be good in playing football too. The same with your friends. You're putting a lot of effort. You're practicing a lot. Do you get it? Push myself to the limits. All right. Putting a lot of effort. All right. To have a whale of a time. Meaning,
Have a fantastic time.
all right, or to jump at the chance,
Uh, really want to do something.
all right, to summon up the energy,
Make an effort to do something.
or to keep in shape, meaning,
To, to stay fit and healthy.
all right, you could say, I like to play football because to keep my body in shape, meaning to make myself fit, to be fit and healthy, slim and healthy. All right, to keep in shape. So how about with this one, Hong? All right. Okay. So take a look at this. Doing sports. Please read. Not a sport can be countable. Please read.
Not this sport to be accountable. To
Meaning
be,
something that we can count, right? Such
yeah,
as,
to be honest, I don't do too much sport these days.
but we could say,
I play lots of different sports.
right? I play lots of different sports like football, swimming, badminton, right? So it could be countable in a way that you are referring into different sport. But
But sport can be uncountable if it's more at,
abstract,
at, attract and referring to sport in general.
like this one, I don't do too much sport these days, right? Because
Yeah.
remember, when we talk about in the English language, match is used for the uncountable, right? I don't have much money because money is considered uncountable. Countable meaning the things that are abstract, meaning something that is impossible to count, right? And then, of course, many, we use this for the countable or things that, all right, simply we can count. All right, can you give examples of uncountable and countable noun, Hong?
Uncountable, meat, money,
Mm.
hair,
What else? Health, yeah. Oh, what else? Uncountable noun versus countable. Actually, in some other contexts, this topic is always related, or this is best example when they are referring to food. All right, uncountable like water, right? Rice, milk, right? So, on the other hand, something that we can count, apples, oranges, pineapples, right? So commonly used this topic from the word of foods. In here, like we use some of the words to indicate a quantity for them. Box of milk, a glass of water, a cup of rice, right? A glass of milk, right? So we are using those, all right, to keep them in portion. Okay, so how about this one? You can also answer this question with the following language. Please read.
I enjoy storing on the beach and
Okay.
occasionally
And
I
occasionally,
even I even break into a dog.
all right. With this one, let's read them or let's analyze them in chunks, meaning let's analyze them in words. To stroll, meaning,
To work in a relaxed way.
all right. To break into a jog, meaning,
To start looking.
all right. To break into a sweat, it means to start sweating.
To start waxing.
All right. So in here, I enjoy strolling on the beach. And occasionally, I even break into a jog. Okay. So I enjoy walking in a relaxed way on the beach, but occasionally, I even do jogging. All right. Strolling and break into a jog. All right. So how about with this one, Hung? So, oh yeah, I also do yoga now and again. Do you still remember now and again?
Yes.
Meaning,
Mm, I don't know how to explain in English.
this one right here. You just follow our handout. Now and again,
Now anger game
means,
means sometime now and then from time to time.
all right. Can you make a sentence? Now and again. We use this in daily routine, right? Can you give it a try? It
Yes.
means sometimes.
In the afternoon, I play um game now and again.
Now and again. All right.
Yes.
So okay, good. So how about though, but however, very natural to use here. It's like instead of saying however, try saying when I was younger though. It's like however, when I was younger, you could simply say when I was younger though. Okay. So in here, like in this, I usually squeeze it in a lunchtime. Squeeze it in. Squeezed. All right. Squeezed in an activity meaning,
Try time to do it.
all right. So, like for example, do you still play football, Hong?
Yes.
Oh, teacher, I usually squeeze it. Squeeze it in at dinner time. It's like you are finding time to play football in the evening. Do you get it? Squeeze it in.
Yes.
All right. Now, how about with this one? Mm. So now, remember when we say collocations, these are the words that go together. That's why we analyze the three verbs in sport, the play, go, and do. So they are collocations as well because they go well together. So like this, it's a spectator sport, meaning I watch it. It's a competitive sport. It's like it is something that is challenging. It's a contact sport, meaning it is a close contact and possibly injury. Like for example, teacher, basketball is a contact sport. All right, meaning we play together, but there is a big chance that we could also develop injury. All right, it might cause an accident, contact sport, right? Other
Yes.
collocation, it's of course, a water sport, right? Field sport, indoor, all right, outdoor, extreme. All right, can you give one example of each? One example of water sport.
The
These are,
sport
sorry,
swimming.
swimming. All right. How
Yeah.
about field sport?
Um, um, this drive house. Plus,
Mm, field sport.
um, ride house.
Riding a horse. All right, good. It's like when you say field sport also we are referring into like let's say for example like something that has how do you say that in English? Wait, what's the term? Give me a second. All right. So in here, yeah, something that you do on a field. Like for example, we say football. That's in a big field, right? Basketball, baseball in a that's a field sport. How about indoor sport?
Table tennis.
Okay. What else?
Uh,
Sometimes badminton, right? Do
yeah.
you agree? How about outdoor sport?
Outdoor sport. Football. Basket, basketball.
All right. So of course it's just somehow referring into the field sport because when you are in the field automatically you are outdoor, right? How about extreme sport?
Uh, climb a mountain. Uh, go hiking.
All right.
Um,
And such as surfing, hang gliding, like that. Okay. So they are also called as action sport. All right. Action sport or extreme sport. Okay. So if I'm going to ask you, Hong, in what kind of sport do you want to join into? All right.
one, two.
Which field or which collocation do you have interest? The water sport, the field or outdoor sport, indoor sport, and extreme sport. And then you
I
explain why. Mm. Which among the following will you choose and why? So I want you to think of your idea. You can give an example, you can describe the pros and cons, advantage and disadvantages. So while teacher is going to the restroom, I'm going to pee. So I'll be back in In few minutes, I want you to prepare your answer. And after I get back, you need to explain your answer. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. Please give me a minute. Excuse me for a while. Okay, I'm back. All right. Were you able to construct your sentence? Ready? All right. Let me
I
hear
like
your opinion.
I like extreme sport because I like to face to face. Like to face to face with challenge, overcome myself, explore. I like explore some interesting new interesting and some challenge.
So you want to challenge yourself more. So it's
Yeah.
like for you, you find fun if it's extreme, and it makes you feel it makes you feel very challenged. Oh, you want extreme?
Yeah.
Teacher is boring. I like indoor. Okay, because I don't want to get hurt. I just want, things that very simple to do, because maybe because I'm older, that's why I prefer indoor. All right. But in your case, you're a teenager, so yeah, I do appreciate that you like extreme sports than the other. So how about so if you really like the extreme sport, which among this collocation is something that you don't like, or something that you won't dare to try, meaning you can't imagine yourself doing that?
Mm, in exchange with sport, I can do um
What is the first sport that you're going to try since you like extreme sport?
I want to hiking,
Hiking,
climb the mountain,
to climb a mountain, and
rock, rock,
all right. To do, sorry,
rock,
jogging. All right. Okay. With that one, all right. So I'll be ending our class with this one. But anyway, in here, take a look. So this could be in part two, you only need you not only need a language but also an idea to talk about. Here are both language and ideas for this part two questions about sport in IELTS speaking. All right. I'd like to have a go at I'd like to try my hand at. All right. I'd love to give a blank a go. I'd like to take up blank. All right. So you can use this phrases if you want to try a new sport. Like for example, Hong, you said you enjoy extreme sport. I'd
yeah,
like to have a go at it. It's like I'm willing to try. All right. I'd like to try my hand at tennis. I'd love to give football a go. I'd like to take up swimming. All right. So meaning I want to try that sport, or trying a new sport. Okay? This phrases right here. Can you give sentences in the following? I'd like to.
yeah. I'd like to have to go at exchange sport.
I'd like to.
I I like to try my hand at outdoor sport. I love to zip in the sport ago. I like to take up with the sport
All right. I'd like to take up
with the sport.
water sport. Okay. All right. So some unusual sports you might like to try. What do we mean by unusual?
Mm,
Unusual, meaning peculiar, not common. All right.
yeah.
Unusual. All right. So riding a penny farthing. All right. So with this one, so to end our class right now, I'll be showing you the top 10 most unusual sports from around the world. So let's watch them together.
When it comes to sports, we're pretty spoiled for choice. But if you're still looking, there are still a few options out there, far stranger than your average ball games. Some of them are truly unique, others an unusual fusion of sports from two completely different ends of the spectrum. From zorbing all the way to dragon boat tug of war, today's list will give you an extensive list of the strangest activities you may want to try. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss another awesome video. Okay, let's get started. Number 10. Sepak takraw. Sepak takraw is extremely popular in Southeast Asia, and actually very similar to volleyball. There's just one catch.
Before I continue, are you familiar with that sport? Because that is popular in Philippines. Are you familiar with that, sepak takraw?
No.
No, all right.
Players can pass around the ball using any body part except for their arms.
Yeah.
And the sport is played.
It's like volleyball. Like volleyball, we are using our hands. Sepak takraw, it's like playing volleyball, but you are using the different parts of the body except hand. Not your hand. You can use your head, your leg, your feet. Okay? So yeah, that's
Yeah.
sepak takraw.
With a ball of dried palm leaves. The first versions of sepak takraw were not so much of a competition, but rather cooperative displays of skill designed to exercise the body, improve dexterity, and loosen the limbs after long periods of sitting, standing, or working. But by the 1940s, the net version of the game had spread throughout Southeast Asia. Informal rules were introduced. This sport became officially known as sepak takraw, also commonly referred to as kick volleyball.
Kick volleyball, yeah.
Number 9. Dragon Boat Tug of War. The Polish have invented a wild, paddling tug of war game with an awesome name. This sport has two groups of men rowing against each other, while sitting at opposite ends of what's called a dragon boat, which is basically a rowboat, but twice as wide and way more awesomely named. When seeing Dragon Boat Tug of War for the first time, you might wonder why the team that crossed the line is celebrating. This confuses our brains, which are wired for the normal rope version of tug of war. But Dragon Boat Tug of War works differently. It involves out-paddling the other team, pushing them back and moving toward the center line, not away from it.
All right. The tug of war, right? If you were able to get the other team, you win, right? But this time in a boat tug of war, it's different. If you go to the area of the other team, you are the winner because of the effort in paddling. All right.
Number 8. Tuk-tuk polo. Traditional polo has been adapted for horses, elephants, heck, even segways. But now, it can even be played from tuk-tuks. The sport was developed as a replacement for another version of polo played on elephant backs, which was discontinued in 2007 after one of the elephants went on a rampage. Each team consists of players riding two tuk-tuks. On each tuk-tuk, there's a driver and another player responsible for striking the ball. Players use short mallet-like sticks to wield the ball that is similar to a cricket ball. The objective of the sport, as with other forms of polo, is to score as many goals as possible by striking the ball through the goalposts. Number 7. Underwater football. Underwater football is a two-team sport that shares common elements with two other unusual sports, like underwater hockey and underwater rugby. One thing's for sure, the impact of a tackle won't be half as bad with all that water resistance. It is played in a swimming pool using snorkeling equipment and a slightly negatively buoyant ball. The goal of the game is to maneuver the ball from one side of a pool to the other and place it within a gutter to score a point. Several ball types have been used throughout the game's history. These include a 10-pound pool brick, a junior-sized NFL-style football, and a junior-sized basketball, all with negative buoyancy. How, you ask? Easy. Air-filled balls, such as the football or basketball, can be made negatively buoyant by filling them with a liquid that is heavier than water, such as a strong saline solution or corn syrup. Number 6. Unicycle hockey. Just when you thought hockey couldn't get any more exciting, someone goes and invents unicycle hockey. That's right, unicycle hockey is a thing, and is exactly what it sounds like. Hockey played on unicycles. Each player mounts onto their unicycle during game action in order to play the ball. If you're not mounted, you're not allowed to touch the ball. Just like ice hockey, each team sends out 5 players each, and no dedicated goalie. This isn't just something that is played for fun. There are 3 national unicycle hockey leagues located in the world. Australia's league features 8 teams. Switzerland is home to about 20 teams, and Germany's league features 53 teams. Riding a unicycle without falling off is hard enough as it is, but to do it while playing a game of hockey would seem almost impossible. But hey, it's not. Number 5, dog surfing. The world's coolest sport just got real for dogs. Historically, surfing dogs have been documented as early as the 1920s.
All right, so it's almost time, so I'll be just skipping this part. So number 4 is dog surfing.
Shortly after,
All
their
right.
human counterpart. Exciting and a fun taste creatures can is real. Ostrich racing.
Ostrich
Yup,
racing.
You heard it. Ostrich racing is real. With actual jockeys and terrifying ostrich, Arizona attract. We'll leave it up to you to decide. Roll down a hill. The strangest sports out there. Zorbing is
Zorbing.
actually pretty simple. Climb inside a big inflated ball and roll down a hill. If it sounds strange, you're right. If it sounds like fun, you're definitely right. The rider bounces around and gets the thrill of speed, but is protected from the full impact of hitting the ground repeatedly. Zorbing has been around since the mid-90s and has since then become a global
Alright.
success. You could argue never heard of.
Next.
Over 100. Number 2, cycle ball.
Cycle ball.
Cycle ball is the sport that's been around for over 120 years that you've never heard of. Combining bicycles and football is totally a thing, and it's been
It's like
popular
bicycle
in Europe for ages.
and then
If you've ever
football
looked at your
together.
bike, there's a
And the
big
last
amount
one
and subscribe
is the last
on-
one is
Fun? We'll leave that up to you to decide.
all right.
On 4 Evergreen Channel,
All right.
chess boxing is a hybrid. Number 1, chess boxing.
Chess boxing.
Last in our list of unusual sports is chess boxing. Chess boxing is a hybrid that brings together 2 sports from the opposing ends of the spectrum. The sport is exactly what it sounds like. Competitors alternate between playing traditional chess and boxing for 11 rounds. The sport follows a point-based system and some say is the perfect balance between the intellectual elements of chess and the physical demands of boxing. Meaning, if you lose a round of boxing, you can always catch up by checkmating your opponent in the next. This is one version of boxing where guarding your head is just that much more important.
Okay. So teacher was able to, all right. So teacher was able to give you some glimpse of the really, all right, some fascinating and very unique sport, the top 10. So sadly, time's up already. So for your homework, Hung, I have a question for you. You need to give to write an essay or a paragraph about this opinion. Is it right to use animals in sports and entertainment? Why or why not? All right. So after that, okay, why or why not? After that, you need also to answer, or you also need to name what are the sports that involves animals. All right. So you need to give example of the sports that involves the animals, and after that, I want to hear your opinion regarding if it is a right thing to use them or to involve them in sports and entertainment. Okay, Hong? Roy? Miklen, were you able to get it? Hong?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right, very good. So sadly, time's up already. So don't worry because we're going to continue on. When are we going to see each other? We're going to see each other again on Saturday, right? So you have a lot of time to prepare. All right, for your homework. Okay, Hung? All right,
Yes.
so that will be all for this evening. Thank you for joining our class, Tambiet, and have a good night. Goodbye, Hung. See you again.
Goodbye, teacher.